Hello everyone, my name is Tony. Welcome to Extra Knowledge YouTube channel. In this tutorial, entitled Advanced 3ds Max to Revit Model Conversion, we will discuss the following. First, using Pro Optimizer and multires modifier in 3ds Max. Second, modify 3ds Max objects or models edges using Edit Mesh modifier. Third, setting detail level in Revit. Let's get started. As you can see, I have two open 3ds Max models, the bed model and the side table with lampshades. In Revit, I prepared one simple room where we can place our converted model later. Before we proceed, what do you think are the reasons why we are converting the 3ds Max model to Revit model? In my experience, if it is only available in 3ds Max and not in Revit. The second reason, complex model like this bed is hard to achieve in Revit, while in 3ds Max, the model is well defined and smooth. Third, it gives a better presentation compared to Revit model once converted clearly. The downside is, the Revit project becomes heavier. You know what I mean. Let's convert this directly by going to File, Export, Export Selected, and name this as Side Table with Lampshades. And take note, it is very important to save in AutoCAD DXF file type. In the export version, select AutoCAD 2007 DXF from the list and leave other options as it is, and click OK. The pop-up message appears that object line 007 is more than 32,767 paces, which is the allowable maximum paces to export the model. To address the problem, we need to reduce the object line 007 paces to meet the requirement. To do that, select object line 007 or the lampshades base and add either multires or Pro Optimizer modifier. Let's try to use first the Pro Optimizer in this example. In the modifier stock panel, under optimization level, click the calculate button and observe the changes in object. Under the calculate button, the object spaces count is shown. Currently, we have 45,312. To decrease the paces, change the percentage of the vertex. Let's try 75% and hit enter. As you can see, the faces went down to 33,982, which is still higher than the maximum requirement. Let's try 70%. We got 31,716, which means it is closer and lesser than 32,767 and can be exported. To have a better object definition, make the percentage closer or faces count closer to 32,767. If not for drafting, make it lower, but be sure not to deform the object. To demonstrate that, I will put 1% and see what happened to the object. The object is deformed and lost its smoothness. Let's return it back to 60%. After this process, let's export all models in DXF format and see what the model looks like in Revit. Once imported, you will notice the result is still not for drafting because the base is full of mesh but could be for other presentation. To remove the mesh, we will add the Edit Mesh modifier. When loaded, select Edge Sub Object under Edit Mesh Modifier and select the object. Under Surface Properties, click Invisible button and see the changes in the object. Let's export the models once again and see the result. The model is now acceptable for drafting, but we can still change the object definition if we want to. By doing this, we can set the detail level of the object. Let me show you the detail level list in Revit. In View Property panel, select the detail level. As you can see, we have three options: coarse, medium, and fine. We can see this also under View Control bar. Let's go back to our model and select the base. Then duplicate two more copies in the same location. By right-clicking the object, then select Clone. In the Clone options, select Copy under Object option and click OK. Do it twice. Select one of the copies and move 50 cm away. Then select the second one and move 1 meter away. By doing this, we will know exactly how to return them back to original location later. First, let's export the base or the first base with low definition and assign this as our base LOD1. To add more definitions to our model, select the second object. Then again, select the edge sub-object under Edit Mesh Modifier and select the object. This time, under Surface Properties, set the value of Auto Edge to 10. Then click Auto Edge button. Then select the object and see the result. The object is more defined compared to first one. Export this object and name it Base LOD2. Then set the auto edge of the last base to 5. And click Auto Edge button and deselect the object. Voila! It added more definition. Export and name it Base LOD3. And finally, export the other models at once, but the bases, and name it Side Tables and Lampshades. Now you know how to use the Pro Optimizer and the Edit Mesh modifiers. Later, we will use the multires modifier in our second example. In Revit, let's assign our models in detail level. This time, instead of inserting our DXF file directly in the drawing area, we will create a furniture family since our model is side table and lampshades. Click File, Family, select English folder, and select Metric Furniture Family Template. Import first the side tables and lampshades DXF, by going to Insert, Import CAD, and select the file. Set the colors to black and white. Be sure to set the same unit from your 3ds Max. Then set the positioning to Auto Origin to Internal Origin. Insert the base LOD1, LOD2, LOD3 with the same settings. Once inserted, to assign the object's detail level, select the base number 1. Then, select Visibility Settings in the ribbon. Leave only the coarse selected in the Detail Levels options by unchecking the medium and the fine. Do the same to second and third bases and assign medium and fine accordingly. Then move the two bases back to the original position by moving it using the distance value assigned to each base. Remember the 50 cm and 100 cm? Once they are in place, load the family in the project by clicking in the ribbon, the Load into Project, and close. Name the family as Side Tables and Lampshades. Set the view in Elevation 1, zoom in order to see the changes clearly, and try each option in detail level and see the changes in detail. Now, let's apply what we've learned in example 2 by using the multires modifier. Observe the geometries in the model, ungroup the group objects, select all. Which do you think with numbers of faces close to each other, and apply the multires modifier. Click the Generate button under Generation Parameters option and wait while it's processing. Once it's done, change the percentage value of birth percent to 5. Then, check if the objects are not deformed. If it is still in shape, select all objects and apply the Edit Mesh modifier. And do the detail level 1, 2, and 3 for the bed. But this time, don't copy the bed for each detail level. Instead, use the same model to generate detail level. In Revit, create new family for example 2 and do the same process to generate detail level. Every time you insert the DXF, assign the detail level before inserting the next DXF. Import the family in the project, then arrange the elements properly. Put the bed in the center and the side tables with lampshades in each side of the bed. Select the elevation sheets and see the result. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Keep on learning, everyone. See you in my next tutorial. God bless.